Your day.
Okay, 10 years plus of investing in fiber connectivity across the country. That's what Safaricom Home Fiber is. Fiber, fast internet connectivity right into your doorstep to your home. So people are now using Safaricom Fiber to connect for entertainment, for education, for learning, for meetings, for everything. It's just become part of your life. And because of that investment, over 500,000 homes are now connected to Safaricom Home Fiber, the largest market share in terms of connectivity. And that investment means that you've got to think about how best you can ensure that there is seamless connectivity throughout. So, for example, how does the fiber come to your home? Fiber comes to your home because it's a fiber cable, right? And it brings in data. How is it connected to the world? The undersea fiber cable. Where? Undersea. If that undersea fiber cable gets cut, and we see it happening all the time, then what happens? You have issues. So then Safaricom has got to invest, and they have done so in latency. So we have one line here that is undersea. If this one is affected, we have other sources to make sure that we are trying to ensure that you continue being online. We know that you need to continue being online. Because of infrastructural development, some guy will go somewhere and start digging a road because he's been contracted. So you to do, so you quick alarms, you are peace, you are. As they're doing that, they cut cable. Now, Safaricom has been working as well with those responsible this. Nairobi City County Government, Kenha, Kura, Kera, you guys. If you're telling someone to dig up a road, can you tell us where we tell them where our cables are so that it don't affect Ndu, who is in a meeting and she's zooming or teaming or whatever.
And then she gets cut off.
Right? That kind of continuous investment, that's why you need a company that's like that.
Yes, you go.
10 years of investing in Safaricom Home Fiber. Are you connected? If you are connected and you know that, yes, this thing has helped you, has changed your lifestyle, tell us how it has transformed your lifestyle. Go to our social media, Spice FMKE on Facebook, on X, on YouTube. Tell us how. 3,000 shillings could be coming your way.
Exactly.
3,000 shillings is like a monthly subscription to the bronze package, which is 29999. Maybe you're on silver. Yeah, we are paying part of your silver for the next 1 month. Sir, yeah, maybe you're on platinum. We are paying part of your connectivity for the next 1 month. Sisi ni wale watu.
There it is for you. Loop your life, okay? And you need to make sure that all your transactions are seamless. You need to make sure that you're not running helter-skelter like a headless chicken trying to get things done. Well, Loop does that for you. And it's a lifestyle which you can embrace today. So all your payments in one place. Whether you are a business person, make sure you can also do advertising on this app. You can make sure that you can get overdrafts if you need to. You can set up standing orders. You can be in one place and conduct all your business from the comfort of this app. How'd you get it? You download it on your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store, and then you get to business. You can basically get into this lifestyle of Loop and get into this cyclical way of doing things where everything is connected to the other and you don't have to separate things in order to get business done. It's a lifestyle. Loop it today.
Kabisa. Again, let me remind you the proverb. The proverb today is from Gambia, right? And it goes something to do with honey. People get fed up even with honey. People get fed up even with honey. Let's talk about getting fed up. Are people getting fed up with these unexplained deaths, with disappearances? You know, if you become desensitized, someone was actually reminded, just think about post-election violence in this country. Over 1,000 people died. In a short period of time, about 30 days, 1,000 Kenyans died. Many others lost their property, they were displaced. Others were completely maimed for life. Right? Where are we? That's a long time ago.
19 what? 2007.
We moved on. Since then, deaths happen. Death here, death here. You die, you disappear. You turn up in a river, you turn up in a dam, you turn up somewhere, and you die, and we don't know what happened to you. You're shot in a demonstration, you're buried, we don't know who shot you. Yeah. Let's go with law professor, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who says it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a police officer who shot this person. Okay, so who did?
Find out who did.
The only person who's supposed to give that answer is the police officer. Who shot this person? they've been given the mandate and the monopoly to investigate and find out what exactly happened. When people die and we move on, we are desensitizing ourselves. We are basically just removing the value of human life. That expecting that somebody, because they fell down a balcony and they died, it's okay. That because this person does sex work and they turn up dead, it's okay. I mean, what kind of work are they doing? No, absolutely no way. It doesn't matter who it is. Death must be explained. We desensitize ourselves from seeking answers. We are losing ourselves as a people. It just means that you can be killed and there'll be no answers.
There'll be no answers.
It's your people will just be sitting there and they'll be told there'll be no support. Oye poleni. Alikuwa mtu mzuri. Msijali.
And that's the best that you will hear.
Yeah. And that's it. You bury, the family is left there with a grave that they look at every day and they're trying to figure out what happened. What happened to my son? My son was picked up by people who appeared to be police officers. He, alongside his cousin, they were picked up. They turned up. My son was dead. His cousin badly injured. I don't know who killed my son. This is a story told by one man whose son was picked up in Kisumu, died just the other day. Even baby Pendo, child somewhere up in a balcony, bullet from where comes, shoot, kill.
Till tomorrow.
You're holding a child dies.
Till tomorrow, you don't know.
What happened?
Whose gun dispensed that bullet that killed that child? Well, I'm sure somebody knows, but in terms of answers have been given to her parents, they've not been given.
How
or to
have
the
we
nation.
become so desensitized? It's also possible to know that nobody knows because nobody went as far enough to find out what happened.
And that's the problem.
You open a case, another one comes, you close, you're not
keep it
close,
moving.
you move. So it's possible that nobody actually knows whose gun exactly shot this person. It's possible. It's not conclusive on a file. It's possible. Because you start, we move, we start, we move, we start, we move, we start, we move. You die in a school fire, you die, it's okay, you died. You die in a road accident, it's okay, you died. You are, it's okay, this happened. What? Why are we so desensitive? Why have we become so desensitive? We want to hear from you. 0719-012-600. That's 0719-012-600. We are talking to the core, the fabric of us as Kenyans, as human beings. Why have we become so desensitized to the things that are affecting us? It starts with the value that we place to one another in human life. It goes into explains why.
No biggie. Yeah, and it's not a big deal.
You talk about, okay, see, this is how much it was, 100 million Simbaya. 100 million shillings.
Not bad.
You talk about, okay, someone went, stole title deeds.
367 title deeds.
300 title.
Don't worry.
They were stolen. Okay. How have we become so desensitized as a people? 0719-012-600. Let's hear from you. Robert in Nandi County. Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, too. These things of shootings, I'm listening and laughing.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, just assuming that a guy was shot in town today. And the police are called in. Maybe a prominent person is being shot.
Yep.
And the police are called in to investigate. Do you think that case would stall more than 2 weeks before the person who shot that guy is found?
By end of day, somebody will be in custody.
So why is it that it is the police shooting the demonstrator? The same gun, maybe the same make, but then finding that person who shot that guy is so hard.
There's no effort.
Thank you. I think that
there's no effort to solve it. And the question then comes, Robert.
Yeah.
Why is it that the rest of us are okay with it?
Okay, in Kenya, some time back I was in Nairobi. I was seated in a balcony somewhere. And then somebody's bag was just being snatched. And everybody is watching. Nobody's there to help. I think it is some habits and traditions that we've developed in Kenya. That when somebody is in trouble, we shauri yake.
We just don't care about somebody else. You can walk by as somebody is getting mugged, somebody is getting stabbed in the middle of the street. But nobody
will take any effort to help that person. It has gone to even the shootings, even the ones that are looting our economy. Yeah, nobody cares. So long as amepata yake, yeah.
Wow. Let's go to other callers on the line, and Lydia will be putting the name so we can call you out by name. But good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Alex.
Very well, thanks. What's your name?
I'm Moses, huh?
Yes, Moses.
It's quite devastating what is happening in this country. We can't have people dying left, right, center.
Yeah.
My take on this is that the government clearly understands and knows it is right to protect the lives of Kenyans. But for sure, we have people dying, and most of them they are from very humble backgrounds. This leaves a lot of questions unanswered. Now, and this is what is happening is what used to happen in the late 60s when we had an evangelist mind disappearing. To me, my call to the government is that they need to, to help up their game. This should stop. But most importantly, Kenyans should rally up. And let's look at what happened the other day at Endalaza. Those 21 young souls, their mothers will never heal, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But what is happening? People are just talking about let's revive the school. Nobody is being held accountable.
Yeah.
And that's the tragedy in this country. Something happens, we just bury it. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you very much. Francis, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show, and thank you for calling in. Why are we so desensitized, Francis?
Eric, let me ask you,
Yep.
what is the opposite of a desensitized people?
The reactive people. Engaged, aware.
There are people who are sensitized.
Yeah.
All right? What do you think is the best platform that we can use as a country to sensitize people?
Tell me.
It is you, the media. Okay? So we are desensitized because some people have also not been proactive enough to join in the quest to sensitize each other. Yeah. So the media, if they decide, they can say we are going this route, we are helping our country, we are helping our people. No more of this Gashagwa nonsense. No more of this political nonsense. We are giving this nonsense blackout. We are focusing on this and this alone. And everybody will follow suit. But normally, I always see media coming up together when probably one of their own has been hit or has been affected. And this is a tradition that is in every other Kenyan. Unless it is one of my own, or unless it is me, that is when I will speak. Yeah? So I think people who already have a platform, like you guys, can lead, can be on the forefront, and take charge.
Francis, I don't know whether you're watching us, but for example, right now we're playing footage from the coverage of the quarry killings, where people's bodies were being picked up.
Yeah, I am watching you.
If a conversation were to continue in your homesteads, in your neighborhoods, in all our neighborhoods, that something has come up here. There's a matter that has gripped the nation. People have turned up. Women. Nobody knows who these women are. These women have turned up dead, and nobody knows how they died and ended up in Gunias in a quarry.
Eric.
If these conversations continued in our neighborhoods.
It is always the strong who pull up the weak. Yeah. In the Kenyan societies right now, if I look out my window, I'm seeing weak people, people who are struggling with hunger, people who are destitute, people who are trying to look for jobs, people who are hopeless. Yeah. To a point where now they'd have to make a decision. Do I keep looking for a job, or do I go fight for a neighbor's child who found dead? Yeah. Do I go about my business and try to look for school fees for my kids, or do I go out and protest because the government is doing this? Yeah. These people are so ravaged by a lot that is going on. Yeah. Now, who are the strong here? That's why I keep throwing the ball back to you guys. Yeah. I appreciate what you're trying to do today, showing footages and everything. Yeah. But this should not necessarily just happen once in a blue moon. If we could all decide that we are shutting everything down and we are focusing on this agenda continuously. You see, a tree, however big or however big or strong its bark is, it will one day be brought down by one axe if it keeps hitting it on one spot for a long time.
Very good. The axe can be anyone. Thank you, Francis.
All right.
Your point made.
All right.
Asante.
Thank you.
Victor in Nairobi, good morning.
Yes, Eric, how are you?
Very well.
So we are talking about desensitization. This aspect comes kuna hii idea ya, I have a lot of my own, so why should I bother? You know, that's one aspect that, you know, I've got mine. I'm going through them. I'm trying to work them out, and I don't need to add more, especially from the second party. Or that's number one. So and another thing, I must confess that I kind of get emotional today on your second hour when talking about the current situation in the country, because a normal human being, you're supposed to have the picture. You're supposed to see that this is exactly what is happening. So when you feel comfortable, when you don't get to that point that you can really feel that, you know, this is something wrong, this is touching, then I don't know the kind of person you are, but it's really, really sad. I have a son who is about to get to school, but when looking at what is happening, you know, there is that, I don't know, is this really that my son is about to, you know,
this is what
kind of life
to get into.
It's really worrying. And lastly, Mr. Eric, let me ask, do you normally prepare your visitors before maybe calling them to the station? Because when I listen to your conversation, I'm a truck driver. When you wear earphones, I normally listen to them. So everything tends to follow. The structure seems to be flowing. Every visitor mwenye nakujanga, I don't know whether they are telling us what we want to hear, but everything seems to be effective at the efficient. But when ukikuja kwa down, I don't know where the disconnect. I don't know where the disconnect actually, because when the visitors, all of them, the conversations, how this thing supposed to work, at least there is no disconnect.
Victor, it's the reason we have this show every weekday morning, so we can ask the questions and also get your feedback so that we then know how to raise those questions. Thank you, Victor. Let's get from others as well. Otieno Luther in Kisumu, hello.
How are you?
Very well.
I'm very happy about what you are presenting today. And I think the missing link in this country is parliament and political leadership. And I think also the press, like remember the 3 which were released, we have been looking forward to an interview with them live and all that kind of thing. But the other thing, if you remember the Gen Z thing, what happened was the young people who came out, they were not badly off. But the people who came to attack them were badly off. They were from slums and all that kind of thing. So there's illiteracy and poverty playing a role here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ali in Mombasa.
Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Ali.
Fine. The Situation Room.
Good morning.
One of the best in our country.
Asante.
And you are asking, why are we desensitized?
Yep.
I have to take a deep breath. Oh. The question is very simple. I have been employed by my employer because of my education, because of my experience, because of my creation when I was interviewed. Then at the end of the month, I'm supposed to get my salary.
Yep.
Is that my right? Or is it a favor?
It's a right. You worked for it.
It's my right. So my employer right now is making a salary as a favor to me. That is how I can answer to desensitization. It's a parable. I think if there's anything more than that, then one day you might ask to call me and I give a detail of what I'm talking about. It is my right. But unfortunately, my employer is making it as a favor. Maybe I should give him, maybe not, because it's not his right. Thank you.
It's a good parable. Thank you very much, Ali. We'll pick up more calls after the break. It's 28 minutes to past 9. Kenya's biggest conversation. This morning, we are asking ourselves, have we become desensitized as a people, as a country? People die, we move on. People disappear, we move on. They reappear. Okay, we move on.
Yeah.
That's how we get to a point where we hear our children are not in school. They're not learning because their lecturers have gone on strike. Or the lecturers on strike because they haven't been paid. Okay, we move on. Our children are not learning because they are not teachers in grade 7. Why they are not teachers in grade 7? We haven't hired teachers. We move on.
And we move on.
Tomorrow, people turn up to hospital. In fact, already we're hearing that there are some facilities that are already saying there's going to be a new health insurance scheme. So this one we don't know it. So we are not admitting people with this old NHIF. We don't know what's going to happen. People at that point, at their most vulnerable, at the point of need, we hear it. We're like, okay, those are teething problems.
We move on.
We move on. In the midst of that teething problem, somebody will bury their loved one. Why have we become so desensitized? Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly, and we'll pick more calls. 0719-012-600. You can also post your comments on our live streams on YouTube and Facebook, Spice FM.
This is the Situation Room, the only way